Mm, everything fine? Okay. Give everyone a couple minutes to get over here, and also give me a couple minutes to get everything in the right place.
What, and wait, why is it built on a platform? I
If
can't
my
handle
husband's
it?
in
I
the
mean, maybe
in the
there's
background,
deeper
please
tech
just let
in
me
it that
know.
I'm
We're
not
both
aware
on
of. But
call.
like, there's platforms that can handle that. Like, that doesn't seem
And
like
sometimes he gets
something
loud,
that should be.
but good morning, everybody. Today we're going to be talking about marketing. Just let everyone a couple minutes to get on here, and then we'll get going. But today we're talking about 3 ways to get your first client this month, specifically marketing edition. If you have any questions or anything, the chat is open. So just drop them in there.
Right. You didn't lay the groundwork that was needed.
But I think we'll get started. Okay, so today we're flipping the switch from learning mode to marketing mode. So let's talk about 3 powerful ways to land your first client by using social media, real conversations, and a clear offer. So here's the truth. Your first client probably won't come from cold calling. It'll come from showing up online, talking about what you do, and making it easy for people to hire you. Marketing isn't about selling, it's about serving. It's about sharing your excitement and showing people how you can help. All of us hate to be sold to, but we're here to help others. So that's really what sells you, is, if that makes sense.
This feels like a major. Someone said, hey.
So people need to hear your message more than once. This may be seeing your posts, you DMing them, but seeing you and your message more than one time, and maybe in multiple ways, is important for them to be able to trust you and want to hire you. And marketing is just telling the world that I'm here and I can help you. If you don't tell people that you're here, no one is there for you to help, aka you don't get any clients. So for a goal for this week is you could make 3 posts a week, do 3 conversations a day. Those small steps add up fast. But any goal that you set, make it manageable that you can hit, but also make a difference. So way number 1, posting content. People won't know you're a bookkeeper if you don't tell them. So you need to show up on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. If you know what your ideal client is, show up in that space. Like if you know you want hairstylists and they're always on Instagram, show up more on Instagram, sort of thing. If you don't have an ideal client, show up on all of them, sort of thing. But letting your face get out there, letting people know that you're there. And just a little tip, if you didn't know, for Facebook and Instagram, if you use Meta Business Suite on Facebook, you can schedule your posts on your business page and your Instagram business page. And you can schedule both Facebook and Instagram at the same time. Just as a little tip, if you didn't know that. I know there's also like paid programs that you can schedule like everything at the same time too, but Meta Business Suite is a free one to schedule as far as Facebook and Instagram. But you need to be using stories, reels, short posts, all the different types, and highlight how you can help people. You can highlight common mistakes that you see. You can put small wins you've had for clients, or even if you have big wins, any wins for clients is always like a good thing to share. For example, you could put something short and sweet. You could put, do you know messy books can cost you thousands in taxes? I help small business owners get clean, tax-worthy books without the overwhelm. So don't overthink it. Show up consistently. Speak about real problems that you can solve. And it doesn't have to be super fancy, and it doesn't have to be perfect. It's better that you show up and post, and offer help and tips and all that sort of thing, than not at all. So remember that when you're posting, that sort of thing. Another way for marketing, or any questions about posting? I mean, we can go into like more detailed like ideas of exact
Yeah.
maybe later, but any questions?
You know, and I
Feel free
guarantee
about
what happened
posting
is they
on
had something
Facebook,
built out
Instagram,
that said when you
even
when
LinkedIn.
or someone manually enters the immunization, it's supposed to
All
be same
good.
day, so just put that. And
Awesome.
then they just said, oh, well, shoot, we didn't. fix this
Another
part.
way is direct outreach, sliding into those DMs to say, both politely but genuinely too. When someone comments on your post or likes your post or something, you can message them saying things such as, thanks for engaging. Do you have a bookkeeper helping you right now? Or I love chatting with small business owners about their numbers. Let me know if you want a free 15-minute call. I know I reach out to business owners and thank them for just adding me as a friend. Then I kind of have a conversation, like a little chit chat. And at some point I mentioned I'm a bookkeeper and happy to help them if they want. The key really is to be genuine and that you are there to help, not just be pushy and sell. Because if you're pushy and salesy right off the bat, they're going to run for the hills real quick.
Then they need to listen. Someone says, hey, this is a problem.
But really keep the mindset in there that you're not bothering people. You're there to help them and make things easier for them. So just, you got to remember that, because I know that's sometimes people think they're just bothering them, but you're just there to help them. If they don't need help, that's fine. So here's a great idea. Let's add to the extension to tapping into your network section, emphasizing the power of building referral partnerships also to open new doors. People that would love to help, be able to help others. So having that, if you or anyone you know, like, it's good to, when you're talking to people, because they might not need bookkeeping, but they might know someone they want that does need bookkeeping, or they might see someone on Facebook like, hey, I need an accountant, and then they will tag you. So that's getting you a referral for a client, maybe not through them, sort of thing. But everyone likes to be able to help others. So you never know who you're reaching out to through DMs and just letting them know you're a bookkeeper. They might need it, someone else might. I know I've had that sometimes where I specifically remember, like, I talked to a husband, he didn't need me, he had a business, but he didn't need me, but his wife did for her business, sort of thing. And I've also had people tag me on Facebook later, sort of thing. So it's all about just letting them know you're there to help. You're there to help them. You're here to help anyone they know, sort of thing. Another way is, when you're like talking to people, is tapping into your existing network. Your first client might be closer than you think. Let's talk about how to leverage your existing relationships to create new partnerships and warm leads. For example, past connections. Reach out to family and friends and past colleagues. Just let them know you're in business and ask if they know anyone who needs bookkeeping. For example, you could say something like this in their message. Hey, I'm not taking on bookkeeping clients. If you know anyone who needs help getting their books cleaned up or tax ready, I'd be so grateful for the referral. Again, it's more about people knowing that you're in business. The more potentials you're going to get. It's all a numbers game sort of thing. You also could follow up with past potentials. Their situations might have changed. They might have been in their busy season when they first reached out and forgot all about it, sort of thing. So just like retouching on them. And a good example of wording for this would be, hi, Bob, just checking in to see if you still need help getting your books in shape. I'd love to reconnect, sort of thing. So sometimes, all businesses are busy. Reconnecting's good there too. And letting people know you're open and can still take on people. Building referral partnerships. This is a great way. Also identifying professionals who serve the same audience you do, but don't offer bookkeeping, such as tax pros, business coaches, web designers for people. There's all kinds of different ones. Tax pros are probably one of the biggest ones that are great referrals for us, especially those ones that don't do bookkeeping. And this time of year is probably a great time to reach out to tax pros because they aren't stressed and in the busy season of tax season, but it's still kind of fresh on their minds. So they still remember the stress, but they're not cut for those deadlines at the moment. So right now is sometimes really kind of a good time to reach out to those tax pros and make those relationships. And when you talk to the other professionals, offering them a referral in return creates a win-win. It creates that trust between them. And again, an example of wording when you reach out to these kind of people is, I help small business owners keep their books clean and tax ready. If any of your clients need a bookkeeper, I'd love to chat. And of course, if there's anyone I can send your way, I'll keep you top of mind. You could even add a question in there, like, is there anyone specific you're looking for right now, sort of thing, so that I can keep that even more on top of mind or something like that. Why reaching out to these professionals and other past connections and everything is good because people trust recommendation more than cold pitches. If they know you're being recommended by someone, they're going to trust that more than if you're just reaching out. And referral partners are already taking your ideal clients. So they're already talking to them. They already know the pain points for them. So it kind of gets your foot in the door. So, but as far as this
He doesn't want to take the part of this
aspect of reaching out to people you all know and referrals, make a goal of committing to reaching out to 3 to 5 outreach messages, whether it's this week, whether it's a CPA. It's my husband in the background. Sorry if it's a little loud. He's also on a call. But okay, so the goal this week is to commit to 3 to 5 referral outreach messages, whether it's a CPA, a business coach, or a past client, and start building those bridges, because one great partnership could bring in you a lot of clients for years and years to come.
That's
so just
outsourced.
a little thing. Maybe if I do this, he won't. I don't know. Sorry. I'm sorry. But common marketing mistakes that some people make and all of this that we've talked about is overthinking their posts. Again, like I said, done is better than perfect. Just get it out there. There's a typo and someone points it out, that can be a conversation in the comments, sort of thing. That's fine. Hiding your offer. People need to see your offer very clearly. Don't hide it. Don't make it too long that they lose interest and don't see it. And also waiting for the perfect moment with marketing. There isn't one. Just start and be consistent about it. Those are probably the top marketing mistakes we come across. So let's make
Instead of rewarding
a marketing challenge this week. So here's your homework that we've kind of talked about. Make 3 posts of sharing what you do, whether it's a tip and trick, I'm here to help you, whatever. Make 3 posts this week. Slide into those DMs for 3 people a day this week. Whether it's someone new that commented or liked a post that you made, or if it's reaching out to those CPAs or old acquaintances, referral kind of partners. Slide into at least 3 a day. And then do 1 micro offer that you can share publicly. If you do these 3 steps, you'll be amazed with the conversations and leads that it can create you. State the goal one more time. Okay, so there's 3 parts of the goal. One,
I'm sorry, I just have a question. What was the third one that you said?
micro offer. I know we haven't really talked about that. We're gonna go over that right now.
Thank
You're
you.
getting ahead of me, Anna. Yeah, the first one was do 3 posts this week. The second one's slide into 3 DMs a day, and then do 1 micro offer shared publicly. Sorry, couldn't say that word. But I hadn't really said anything about micro offers yet. So I'll dig into that a little bit here. A micro offer is something that makes it easy for people to say yes without any big commitments. They're small, low risk offers. Maybe you offer a $99 QuickBooks cleanup, or not cleanup, a $99 QuickBooks checkup. This is when you like go in and you see what needs fixed without actually fixing anything. And maybe you give them a like written up Word document that kind of tells them this is what I see that needs fixed, sort of thing. Like I said, $99. So it shouldn't take you more than 45 minutes to an hour to do this and write it up and send it to them, sort of thing. Again, that doesn't, it's a small, low risk for them. It kind of opens their eyes to see what all needs to be fixed. You also could do a $75 specific time frame, half an hour, 45 minutes sort of thing, $75, ask me anything call, where they get on a call with you and they can ask you anything from how do I categorize this specific transaction? And overall, how do I pay myself as a sole proprietor? Stuff like that. They can ask anything. Or you could do a quick 15-minute quick assessment for them, which is a lot like the checkup, but there's no written report. You're probably getting on with them for this 15 minutes. Be like, well, I see this that's jumping out on me on your balance sheet. This is jumping out in your profit and loss. You might want to look into these sort of things. Just something very quick, 15-minute sort of things. And why this micro offers work is it shows your expertise to people. It removes that fear, that big fear commitment of a big cleanup cost or monthly cost sort of thing. But it also gives them the taste of your service, which often leads to monthly work. If they see this big list from the 99 QuickBooks checkup, oh, I don't want to fix all that stuff. Can you give me the price of what it would be for just you to do that? You get through the $75 call. Oh, I have more questions. Maybe I just need to have you do this so that things get done right.
What's crazy
Sort of thing. Like it usually will lead into
Yeah,
more,
there's some.
sort of thing.
I'm sure there's some.
but it gets that first step in without
Like
taking that big commitment fear away from them. So yeah, so that's the micro offer. I know I didn't tell you about that before I told you that skill. I was a little tricky on that for you. So now you're ready to market yourself like a business owner you are, to show up, serve, and be visible, because your first client's waiting to hear from you. They just don't know it yet. Next week, you'll be diving into first conversations and moving from those first conversations to onboarding product process and set the tone for long-term success, sort of thing. So yeah, that's what you'll be doing next week. Do we have any questions? Oh, I clicked the wrong thing.
So when you're offering the micro kind of
Mhm.
tasks, things, I don't know what to call them, like the QuickBooks checkup
The
or
micro offers, yep.
the micro offers, or like a 1 hour coaching call or a 15-minute quick check,
Mhm.
whatever we want to call that when we're offering that service. How would, in offering that, now we got to figure out a way to operationalize that, or just make sure it's like on our calendar or something that we can do. I'm just thinking, I'm sorry.
You're fine. You're fine. So I definitely would set it for like, this is a micro offer, only being offered for a certain amount of time. Maybe like just this week, I have time open. I'll do. Okay, I'm just kind of thinking. So we were 6 months into the year. So hey, a post could be like, hey, I've got some time open this week. We're halfway into the year. Who needs a quick QuickBooks checkup? I'm going to offer this week $99 for me to do a QuickBooks checkup for you and give you a list of anything I see that's might need some looking at for you for 2025. And then, yeah, you just like tell them like just this week sort of thing, like have some kind of time frame. It's not a forever thing. And then, yeah, you shouldn't be spending more than like an hour to do that QuickBooks checkup.
Okay, so
You get
tips, and like for tips and tricks, I know that, is there some that maybe you guys in the course that may be available that's already there?
I know in the course we do have we've got a bunch of posts.
Okay.
Like they don't have any like pretty pictures or anything. You'd have to go make that, but the content, I know we have a lot of that because I've used them before.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah, there is some content in the course that you could use. Just some off the top of my head is tips and tricks that are always good. Not mixing your personal and business bank accounts. That's a big one. I used to share that one like monthly, not to share those two. Being mid-year, have you done a check of where you're at for the year? Have you checked your accounts payable and receivable? How's everything looking, sort of thing? There's a Q3 will be done here at the end of June. Or not Q3, we'll be going into Q3. Q2 is going to be done at the end of June. So are you ready to pay your second quarter estimated taxes? Just some things that came off the top of my head as far as like posts that you could do this next week.
Yeah.
Wait, we're in month 6. March, April, May, June. Yeah, June is part of quarter three. I was questioning myself again there for a second. Any other questions about this?
Hopefully good. but
Maybe we can dig
it's
into
like,
post specific, the micro offers, anything, DMs,
Yes.
sliding in.
I can't, yeah,
The
you know,
DM.
obligations, like your
Getting into
responsibilities
the
there.
DM.
Mhm.
It will be, it can be, a message also like about an offer or just to talk about their own business, like ask something about their own business. Just to get
Um,
conversation started.
yeah, when I slide into DMs, it's usually I don't go to like just throw a sale at them because that's a little too salesy for me, and you might have people just kind of ignore you, like she's just trying to sell me something. Now, if you're being genuine, like I'm here to help you, or anyone you know, or just thanking them for, hey, thanks for liking my content. That really helps my engagement or something like that. And then, I mean, you can eventually like, oh, hey, I also have this offer going on. If you or anyone you know could use it, feel free to share it, sort of thing. You could lead into that eventually, but I wouldn't go straight to that because that might scare them off a little bit. I know
Yeah,
it does that to me. I'm like, I'm not
yeah,
responding.
that's what I was gonna say. Somebody did that to me and I was like, I wasn't interested.
Yeah. I always kind of keep that in my mind. Like, if someone did this to me, how would I react?
Mhm.
Um,
But one thing that I just want to share because it was like something that you wouldn't think. A client that has how you call it, one of the vendors that he uses, he buys a lot of material from that
Mhm.
that, and then that store, like the owner, he gives like his good clients, and he was like, but I buy a lot, he never gives me anything. And I'm like, well, now you can show him exactly how much you're spending there. And then the guy has
See, in that amount of time,
he's
even
in
if you
Philadelphia.
don't
The
qualify,
guy
you
the
should
guy
pick
has
up
season
enough
tickets
to be
to
able to
the
do
whatever
some
the
stuff,
Philadelphia
like that.
baseball team, and he got 4 tickets now.
Nice. Yeah, you never know. That could be
Think about
not
it.
exactly how you would make that as a client, word
No,
that as
no,
a
but I'm
client win,
saying,
but something like that.
no, yeah, but like when you have a client, now that client can promote me by providing like all the things that they can see once their books are being done, everything is
Mhm.
there and they can see everything. But I didn't think about that. I didn't, because I was like, you can see how much you're spending everywhere now.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, you
that was
never
like, yeah,
know.
he got like that the store person has season tickets and now he got 4 tickets.
Yeah. Yeah, those kind of things. Happy clients definitely make the best referral partners, sort of thing. Next to like CPAs, yeah, just because CPAs are just so working with the same kind of client, sort of thing. Or any tax pro. It doesn't have to necessarily be CPA, but any kind of tax pro. Sort of thing. Yeah. Yeah. Happy clients are definitely good. Maybe if he can write some kind of if he hasn't written a review for you on like Google or Facebook or something, you could ask for a review, and then you could use that review as a post. Good reviews are always nice posts to do, sort of thing. And just kind of like screenshot it and share it,
Yeah,
because that shows that you have happy clients and you're doing stuff right. Anybody else? You got questions about, don't know where to start, or don't know what to post, don't know who to message, how to find the business owners? anything marketing we're talking about today. We're happy to dig into that for you. If you can't unmute and talk, you can always put it in the chat. No, I'm not as tech advanced as Megan and Sherry, so I don't have Facebook chat open to answer if you're putting a question in Facebook chat. But someone will definitely answer you later if that is so. If we don't have any marketing questions, anyone have any other questions? We still got a good half hour, so I'm happy to talk anything. Just marketing's always a good one to talk about. You got to market. It's all, like I said, it's all numbers, not game. Not everyone you're going to reach out to, or not everyone that sees your posts are going to need you. Not everyone that does talk back to you in the DMs. Well, not even everyone you try to talk to is not even going to talk back. And then not everyone who talks back to you is going to need you. But it pays off in the end, because I mean, I've had people tag me on Facebook for someone else looking for an accountant that I haven't talked to in years, but they want to be that helpful person when someone else is looking for someone. So just the more people that know about you, the more potentials you'll get in the web of everyone's contacts. As far as content, it doesn't always have to be businessy either. Sometimes it's good to put something that's not as businessy just to get that engagement, so that if they'll engage in the one that's not businessy, they'll start seeing your business posts more, more businessy posts more often, because of the whole Facebook algorithm. Again, that goes over my head, but I know I do a lot of businessy posts, but I know, like, on Wednesdays I just post a meme. It's usually business related. Like this week it was something about it was like an accountant, like the prices accountant. If I just do your books, it's $100. If you help me, $150. If you go back after I've done stuff, it's $175 or something like that. Like, if you help me. So it was just kind of funny. Little businessy posts, or I think I've had ones about leprechauns not accounting for the pot of gold in their taxes or something, silly things like that people will react to. And then on Fridays I do a lot of this or that that have nothing to do with business at all. A lot of times they're food related. As we're coming in summer, some of them have been summer related. I'll be like, do you like the corner piece of the brownie or the center of the brownie, sort of thing. Things that people might have high opinions on. But it doesn't, in the overall scheme of things, really matter. So it's not like people are going to get heated in your conversations. But then if they do comment and stuff, then they will see your other posts about business too. So it is sometimes good to mix it up a little bit.
It's not going to be a concern there, but like
there. It's also good to kind of mix it up between
it's not like
making like fancy a little bit longer posts with maybe a Canva or some kind of picture, and just doing the simple typing a question, either with picking, what is it? What do they call that? Those backgrounds that you just pick a color. I don't even know what that word is. Like if you just pick blue for it to be behind. but just putting a simple question, quick answer, or little quick tip, the little color thing. It's good to switch up with that, sort of thing. I know I've been doing that a lot. Let me see if I can give you a little, what was my quick little, with just a colored background, I put, what is one task you wish you never had to do again? That I put that this morning. And that could, I mean, people could comment personal tasks, like, I wish I never had to clean the toilets again. And so would get you engagement. Or they could be like, I wish I didn't have to do my bookkeeping. And then that leads to say, hey, I can help you. Let me send you a DM, sort of thing. So nothing, it doesn't have to be super duper fancy.
Not my second.
Doesn't have to be super duper long. Just the fact that it's out there. Oh, here's the meme I did. Accountant hourly rate, $100 an hour if you watch, $150 if you help, $200 if you work on it first, $250 if you ask me to double check, $500 an hour if you tell me how to do my job. Like, so I got quite a few laughs on that one. So,
I think it's that, and if you have the people.
Anyone have any questions about marketing, any sort? You can post the same things on Facebook, on Instagram. Well, the simple one-line questions don't transfer over to Instagram as well. But same kind of content you can move over. You also can post the same things on LinkedIn. You don't have to have specific content for each platform. You can do the same stuff. DMing people, you can do on all three. You can DM people. I mostly do it on Facebook, but I have done it in LinkedIn before. I haven't done it a ton on I don't think I've done it much on Instagram, but my type of client's not really on Instagram much. I'm just kind of there to have a presence. But some people do, because that's where their ideal clients are, and you would message them much like you would on Facebook. Sometimes just finding the business owners is a little different. But that's something in order to find those business owners, you have to know where to look for them. A great place I know on Facebook to look for them is in like local networking groups. Like, so I'm in the Kansas City area, so I'm in a lot of like Kansas City networking or Kansas City connections or stuff like that, where there's other business owners. LinkedIn, you kind of have to more look by specific industry. There's specific jobs, and you can filter it down to like certain areas if you want. There's just not as many like networking groups like that as there is on Facebook. But that's where I've added a lot of friends. When I started my business, I was only at like 200 some friends or something like that, from high school and everything. And I now have over 4,000 friends, and most of those are business owners or some kind of like business related sort of thing. Some of them, like, they might not own the business, but they're in the sales of the business sort of thing. So
Yeah, absolutely.
So how did you increase your friend?
So I joined networking groups in Facebook. I joined a lot of, being in a big metro area, I joined a lot of local ones. And then I went through and I would friend the people in those networking groups, because especially the ones who, I'd friend the ones that are like posting. I knew they were active business owners.
Okay.
So yeah, I
I
did a
mean,
lot
I've
of that.
joined a couple of networking groups, but maybe I need to increase the number of networking groups that I am participating in. So I'm participating in a nonprofit group. I'm participating, and I live in a large metro area. The DFW.
Yeah, and you can do that. You can look for like specific types of like I did a lot of joining like real estate investor networking groups. And I would tell them when I answered like a lot of them will have questions before you join, like what's your business or whatever. And I would tell them like, I am not here to spam you. I'm not here to go post all the time. And I'm here to help people when they ask for it. When they suddenly ask, hey, I need an accountant. Then I would like jump in and talk on their comments sort of thing. Like I would let them know that, but then I would friend the people sort of thing. So you can do that. You can look for like industry specific networking groups to join also. Or yeah, industry specific or location specific networking groups. The better ones are the ones that are actually like networking with each other, not just posting about themselves, posting about themselves, posting about themselves. That's it's a little more spammy. But the unfortunate thing is you don't usually know which type of group, like you don't know it's a spammy group until you're in it. So sometimes you have to learn by trial and error. But yeah, I've joined quite a few, and at least on Facebook, like you can be, you go to your main page and you have like, I think on the left, it will show you your groups, but you can pin groups, and you can have up to like 10 of your favorites so that you can just go to those sort of thing. Did you check the group feeds each day to see if there are people asking bookkeeping questions? In so many groups, I feel like it's just luck. So when I was hard marketing, I was doing it Monday through Friday every day. Yes.
Perfect.
When I kind of got to a point where I felt a little better where I was at, I went to where I was like doing it 3 days a week, sort of thing. And there's also like, I'm also in some groups that are a little like even more specific, like it's the Northland, Kansas City. So like there weren't as many posts. So I don't have to check that one maybe like once a week. Sort of thing. But it doesn't hurt to just kind of scan them each day sort of thing. And if you're adding friends, if you go in each day and add the new friends, it's going to tell you if you're already friends. You don't have to add them, or if you've already sent a friend request. So
Okay. I don't know if I have any more questions.
no problem. Yeah, but I did growing your who can see you. And another thing, when you're making your posts, like I said, you can schedule posts out on your business page. You can't schedule posts on your personal page, but you can schedule posts on your business page. And then what I do is then I make a reminder on my phone, and then I copy the words, save the picture if there's a picture, and just paste it over to my personal after it's been posted on my business. But make sure when you're posting like your businessy things on your personal page that who can see it, you let it be public. Don't just put just friends, sort of thing, but make it so everyone can see it, so that if someone just types in something as a search engine on Facebook, maybe you'll pop up and they'll see your post that way too. So make sure your posts are public there. Not saying all your posts have to be public, but definitely anything that you're intending as a business post be public. I always make like anytime I put pictures of my kids, those are private, not for everyone to see. Just people that I know are actually people. I mean, like 4,000 people are seeing it, but um, not the creepo scamos out there. But yeah, making sure your posts are public's important too. Even those food this or that or fun ones sort of thing. You can even make those public. I just like the fun food ones. They tend to get a lot of traction because people are very opinionated about their food, but it doesn't really matter. But I've also done ones like, do you like a beach vacation or a cabin vacation and stuff like that too. But I give a lot of tips and tricks. I put a tip today about, oh, I guess it's not as much of a tip, but just like something about business owners wear a lot of hats. They do a lot of different things. So why not take the stress of that, of one thing of bookkeeping away from you, sort of thing. So, but yeah, a goal of posting at least 3 times this next week. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. Just get it out there. My schedule, I post 7 times a week, and that's just Monday through Friday. And that's if I don't post like my kids. I don't post my kids as much as I used to because they're older and don't sit still. So it's hard to get pictures of them nowadays. But I used to post them more when they were babies and sat on my lap. But yeah, I post 7 times a week, but your goal is to post 3 times this next week and DM at least 3 people a day. I would, if you do more than the 3, that's great. Just watch when you DM people or even friend people. I usually keep my limit to 25 or 30 a day because otherwise Facebook will think you're hacked and put you in Facebook jail. And you don't want that to happen. So both friending people and DMing new people, I usually keep that at like 25 to 30 a day, just so I don't get in Facebook jail. Yeah. I've been put in Facebook DM jail once, I think. And I could still DM people I'd already DM'd, but I couldn't DM anyone new. So that's why you gotta be careful about that. Or put you in Facebook jail. But yeah, the 3 posts at least this next week. DM at least 3 people a week, whether it's someone brand new that you friended and they accepted, or they commented or liked one of your posts, or maybe you're reaching out to an old family member, or you're reaching out to an old colleague, or you're reaching out to a CPA or another tax pro or business. What was it? Business. Now I can't think of the word. Business coaches. I can think of the word coach. Business coaches are a good one too, because they usually don't do the bookkeeping stuff, but in order for them to help businesses grow, which is usually what a business coach is there for, they have to know how they have done. So I have gotten a few clients from business coaches before. And then making that that offer, that micro offer. And it can be unique to what you want to do, what you feel comfortable with doing for that micro offer, sort of thing. Any advice on approaching a CPA or tax firm to partner with them to get bookkeeping referrals? I would, when you're reaching out to them, tell them that you want to like meet for like a coffee one-to-one or something, or virtual coffee chat sort of thing. Like, hey, I want to get to know your business more, and see if we would be good at referring to each other, sort of thing. So that's why this time is a good time to reach out to those like tax people, because they're not as busy. They're kind of in the middle of, tax season up to April, and they're not quite to the stressed out deadline of extensions yet. They're kind of breathing a little easier right now. I know our CPA in my BNI group, she's just doing a lot of like tax planning. I mean, she is taking on those people who haven't filed their taxes and don't have a CPA, but she's doing a lot of like just sit down and make sure tax planning sort of thing, a little calmer. So, I like, let me see if I saved that. A few years back, like mailed something out to like all the CPA I saw that lived like in my town, like in like my city of Kansas City. And but this, I feel like that's, nope, that's from too long ago. Email, CPAs to email. I made a list of all the CPAs. So I like mailed all of them something. I don't know where it is. I have the list of people who I mailed it to, but yeah, I mailed something to a bunch of CPAs, and I gave them like my phone number to like set up, like, hey, I'd love to set up a time to chat. And get to know you and see if we can help each other, sort of thing. But I can't seem to find the exact wording that I use at the moment. And I had a few CPAs reach out to me from there. A couple of them, there was one who was going to retire here in the next year or two, so he wasn't really taking on new clients or had much, but he wanted me to then send him some of my business cards so that if he came into anyone, that was nice. Ooh, you're in Kansas City. HR Block is now having bookkeeping service. I have worked for Block in the spring because they don't have a bookkeeping service in my region, but it will be a conflict of interest in the future. That sucks. I can't promise they'll be good. I always tell people, I'm not the most expensive person you're gonna find. If you have a CPA do your bookkeeping, it's gonna be a lot more expensive than me. But I'm not the cheapest either, and you don't want the cheapest. You want someone who's gonna pay attention to what is doing stuff, because I feel like a big company like that might outsource it to someone who's not going to look at the details as much. That's just me. I know there's someone in my BNI who had already hired one of those cheap overseas bookkeepers, which you can find great bookkeepers that are overseas, but then you can also find ones that aren't. And there was quite a few things he had to go in and then edit because they didn't necessarily do it right, sort of thing. They didn't ask enough questions for what things are supposed to be. Well, we're just about wrapping up here. So any last minute questions before we hop off today? Otherwise, we've got your challenge for you. You can do it so you can find those clients. Remember, post and DM and make that micro offer. And if you need any help, let us know. We're here to help you. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day. Bye.